The first sign that something was wrong appeared inside an aviation database. On September 8th, investigators discovered that Captain Daniel Mercer's pilot credentials had been used to authorize a commercial flight. The problem was that Daniel had already been missing for 48 hours. His wife had reported him missing. His airline could not locate him, and police had launched a search. Yet flight records showed him actively flying. Over the following days, more flights appeared under his identity. Electronic logs, crew schedules, and airport systems all indicated that Daniel Mercer was still working. Surveillance footage even showed a man resembling him passing through airport security checkpoints. The mystery raised a chilling question. How could a missing pilot continue flying aircraft across the country? Daniel Mercer, 47, was a respected commercial airline captain with an excellent safety record. Colleagues described him as careful, disciplined, and highly professional. After completing a routine international flight into Denver, security cameras captured him walking toward the employee parking area. He never arrived home. His phone stopped responding. His vehicle vanished, and no financial or travel record suggested he had planned to disappear. Initially, investigators considered voluntary disappearance. However, that theory weakened when no evidence of preparation emerged. Then an internal airline audit revealed that Daniel's pilot identification number had authorized multiple flights after his disappearance. Airport surveillance showed a uniformed captain who looked remarkably similar to him, but subtle differences suggested an impersonator. The investigation expanded. Detectives reviewed crew schedules, security footage, financial records, phone activity, and employee access logs. First Officer Michael Vance admitted withholding information, revealing that the mysterious captain discouraged questions and behaved differently from Daniel. Digital forensic analysts then uncovered alterations within aviation databases. Biometric verification requirements had been downgraded weeks before Daniel vanished. A decades-old incident from Daniel's military flight training days also resurfaced. Years earlier, he had exposed credential fraud involving aviation personnel. Investigators briefly suspected revenge, but the lead collapsed. Anonymous whistleblowers soon claimed that criminal groups were exploiting airline staffing systems and stolen pilot identities. Search warrants uncovered forged certifications, manipulated records, and evidence of organized fraud connected to aviation operations. Several suspects emerged, including Vance, former mechanic Ethan Rourke, and systems administrator Natalie Pierce. Each appeared connected to critical evidence. Yet every apparent breakthrough turned into a dead end. Meanwhile, investigators discovered millions of dollars moving through shell companies linked to cargo operations, suggesting a larger criminal enterprise involving identity fraud and smuggling. The major breakthrough came when analysts recovered a deleted message from an archived flight operations server. Credential transfer complete. Subject unavailable. Continue using legacy profile until replacement approved. Investigators traced the message to Horizon Personnel Services, a contractor responsible for aviation credential management. The company had secretly created fraudulent identities and manipulated pilot records for criminal purposes. Still, one question remained. Where was Daniel Mercer? The answer came from a small detail overlooked early in the investigation. A maintenance record showed an airport vehicle entering a restricted tunnel shortly after Daniel disappeared. Reviewing additional surveillance angles revealed Daniel's vehicle following behind it. Investigators searched the area and discovered a hidden room beneath a decommissioned airport facility. Inside were Daniel's belongings and his remains. Daniel had never left the airport alive. Evidence later showed that Daniel had uncovered irregular credential activity and intended to report it. Members of the fraud network lured him to a meeting under the pretense of discussing security concerns. When he threatened to expose the operation, he was killed. His identity was then stolen and used to authorize flights, create false sightings, and divert investigators away from the truth. The mastermind was Victor Hale, a credential compliance consultant with access to aviation verification systems. Hale coordinated the identity fraud scheme, manipulated records, recruited impersonators, and helped facilitate smuggling operations. A biometric mismatch in one flight log eventually exposed the network. Federal authorities arrested 22 individuals, leading to multiple convictions and sweeping aviation security reforms. For Daniel's family, the truth brought both relief and heartbreak. For months, Suspicion had fallen on the missing pilot himself. Instead, investigators discovered that Daniel had been trying to protect the aviation system when he became a target. The case ultimately demonstrated how easily trust can be exploited when identity systems are compromised. In the end, the mystery was solved not by a dramatic confession, but by a forgotten timestamp hidden inside thousands of records. That small discrepancy exposed a conspiracy, solved a murder, and restored the reputation of a man whose identity had been stolen after death. The missing pilot was never flying those aircraft. Someone else was using his name, while the real Daniel Mercer lay hidden beneath the airport all along.